people start to realize our differences aren't as big as they seem.
I couldn't really understand the magnitude of what was going on.
I know a lot of people were affected.
You know, it's still that divide.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network and Wish TV, this is Our City, Our Voice.
You look a lot different at it.
Everybody was kind of spinning about what it was and what was happening.
Everything's changed.
Indiana Avenue and the communities that stemmed from it were created out of literal slums. Over time, the area grew into the historic gem that allowed black entrepreneurs and families to thrive.
But today, a lot of that shine has been lost to time. Community advocates tell News 8's multicultural reporter Katira Winfrey there's a renewed focus to bring back the luster.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? A lot, especially when it comes to protecting what matters. At Pacific Life, we've helped people and businesses confidently embrace the future with life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits. With strategies built on strength and trust, and a promise to be here for you today and tomorrow. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
Black communities have historically been the first on the chopping block when it comes to making room for development and highways, and the impact is still very much obvious on the city's near west side. But descendants and city representatives are working to commemorate and hold on to what's still standing.
In 1904, Claudia Polly's great-grandparents moved to Indianapolis's near west side, an area that would eventually become a beacon of hope, commerce, entertainment, and so much more. Polly remembers some of that, but has seen more of the decline.
The west side of Indianapolis used to have houses and businesses run by black people everywhere. And now you don't see that.
In the early days, black people had little option outside of the slum dwelling on and around the canal. So eventually, on some of that land, birthed these surrounding communities, and for a time, made the most of it.
California Street in Ransom Place was once known as the Negro Meridian Street because you had the most prominent families living in the homes there.
But into the 60s and 70s, the area would face another blow, literally changing the shape of the community through displacement and erasure.
Actually, it was a combination of the highway and the creation of IUPUI that simply systematically and very intentionally erased the black west side of Indianapolis. And working in tandem, really, the federal government had the interstate system that it was starting in under the Eisenhower administration.
With a grabbing up of land, some things were saved. Some homes in areas like Ransom Place, Lockfield Gardens, and Fayette Street, and a small portion of the canal.
If you had a thriving black or brown community, this is a way for us to dismantle it, right? So Indiana Avenue is a perfect example of that.
With advocates and city representatives saying it still created the opportunity to nearly decimate communities. Today, the Indianapolis Historic Preservation Commission is making efforts to hold on to what's left.
It bifurcated many neighborhoods, right, and literally bifurcated families.
Working with people like Polly and organizations like the Urban Legacy Lands Initiative to identify historic areas and help provide protection.
In black and brown communities, that history has been important, but for those communities, it's just been our history. And they haven't really seen the value in saying that, well, these things are very, very important, and they are important to the fabric of Indianapolis.
Polly says organizations like Urban Legacy Lands Initiative is still fighting back against erasure, recently pushing back on a plan to build a 5-story student housing apartment complex in the heart of Indiana Avenue, utilizing both the community OGs and youth to get the work done.
The work that they're doing to help to preserve and bring awareness to and even continue the legacy of those strides that African Americans have made in this city is incredible. So a few of us from the community have gotten together to figure out how we can elevate that work.
Ebony Chappelle is an Urban Legacy Lands volunteer and says while there are preservation efforts in the works, the time is now to focus on how black people have impacted the city and showcase its richness.
I want us to focus on how we can empower ourselves, how we can support one another, and a big part of that comes from getting active and getting engaged. So we hope that people see this as an opportunity to imagine a future.
Polly says this work is about more than holding on to the legacy, but honoring those who fought to keep what's left.
Knowing your history, knowing the fact that people cared enough to work not just for you, but for other people around you, that means a hell of a lot.
Discover more at wishtv.com. And when you follow Wish TV on Facebook, check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.